Ultraman Blazar had us on the edge of our seats, a refreshing departure from the toy-driven, lackluster storyline trend we have seen dominating the recent Ultraman series. Do you remember the gripping narratives of shows like Ultraman Tiga and Nexus? They packed a real punch without relying on gimmicks or eye-candy characters. But then, out of the blue, Tsuburaya unveiled the game-changer, Ultraman Blazar. The hype and speculation leading up to Blazar's release were palpable, especially in the corners of Reddit where fans were buzzing with theories. Would this installment break away from the callbacks and stand as a singular, groundbreaking show? The first episode fueled even more hype, and to everyone's surprise, Blazar seemed to be getting it right this time. What do I mean by right? It's shedding the overt toy promotions and themes, stepping away from constant throwbacks, and embracing originality instead. Blazar feels like Tsuburaya's redemption arc, after facing criticism from the older fan base, myself included. Blazar isn't just a show, it's a deliberate attempt to bridge the gap between the loyal, older fans and the newer generation. The tonal shifts from intense to light-hearted episodes seem like a deliberate experiment to appeal to both sets of audiences. Take the kaijus for instance. Blazar introduces fresh, original monsters while paying homage to classics like Garamon and Gavadon. It's nostalgic without relying on past series, creating its standalone universe. And as for the storytelling, it's not just episodic. There's an overarching plot reminiscent of Ultraman Tiga. Each monster of the day isn't just filler, it's intricately woven into the larger narrative, much like how Tangannular's return affected a later episode. Another significant area that stood out in Ultraman Blazar is the cast of characters. I have to say, in my personal opinion, it is a breath of fresh air from the cringe characters from the previous series. No more obnoxious characters that try to be humorous every 10 seconds. Also, we got to see the captain as the protagonist and Ultraman in this story, something that is unprecedented for the entire Ultraman franchise. Also, I appreciate the humanization of the characters in Scarred. Although we get the occasional comedic scenes, it is not overly done and does not look like it came from an anime. The way the characters interact with each other is also fun to see. For example, Emi and Captain Gento evolve as they get to know each other, which ultimately changes themselves. Like that one time when Captain Gento and Emi had an exchange about each other's past, a pivotal moment where Emi gained a deeper respect for her own captain and also motivated her to uncover the mystery of V99 and her father. Ultraman Blazar is one of those series that stood out to me with its experimental execution and bridging the older and newer fans. The push for originality creates a lot of memorable moments in kaijus. My favorite episode is the two-parter with the kaiju, Nijikakachi, the protagonist, Captain Gento, and the antagonist at the time, Professor Yokomin. The duality of both characters, such as Gento being pro-humanity and Yokomin being anti-humanity, clashes. Both sides have good and bad points regarding the issue of humanity taking over kaiju's ecosystem. Gento wanted to save humanity, while the professor wanted humanity to end to restart it all. These polar opposite philosophical viewpoints make the series very intriguing. To conclude, Ultraman Blazar deserves praise and acknowledgement for the innovative push Tsuburaya is trying to do, deviating from its predecessors. Is Ultraman Blazar a sign of progress, or is it a one-hit wonder? I guess we'll have to find out.